So in the previous session, we learned about what is the importance of queuing up the messages in Mirth, and that this would be the continuation of the previous video. So if you go through the previous video, you will learn this in much better way. So as we got to know the problem and the solution, there might be a lot of other critical problems which you are facing after the go live issues or after like the large scale issues which occur in your office. So the thing is like we already selected this as on failure. So whatever the messages will be coming, that will be queued up in Mirth. Automatically when the cerner is up, automatically they'll be sent to cerner. The thing is like at what time they'll be sent. So to be clear, our Epic server has sent around 10 messages to Mirth or like 1000 messages to Mirth. Because the cerner application was down, those have been queued up in Mirth properly. And when the cerner is back up again, Mirth is sending those messages to cerner automatically. How this happens, how Mirth will know or how cerner will know when to start or what happens. So that's a question. So we created two channels, Epic and cerner. So those two channels would be something like this, Epic and cerner. And if I go to Epic and the destination, I selected on failure, but I want to make sure after how much time they should be resent. For example, I'll select something like retry interval as 10,000 milliseconds. So 1000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. So 10,000 milliseconds is equal to 10 seconds. I'll click OK. I'll save the changes and I'll deploy this. And for my understanding, I'll stop this. Not a problem. So I'll clear all the statistics for our testing purpose and I'll clear all the statistics here too. That's good. Now let's go ahead and stop and start this epic. So all those messages will be pulled out around, for example, 4 or 10 messages that will be pulled out and I'll start this. Perfect. Because we selected it should be queued over here on failure, it should be queued. Those have been queued. That's good. But the problem is like are when this four messages are going to send to Cerner. For example, Cerner application started around midnight 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Are you going to wake up and send it? And you might not know whether Cerner is going to start at any particular time. For example, if there are like 400 or 500 messages in queue, the patient should be admitted and you don't know when Cerner is going to up due to CrowdStrike issue or many other issues. You really don't know, right? But the good thing is like as we did the changes of 10,000 milliseconds, for every 10,000 milliseconds, Epic is going to retry, sending details to Cerner. So I click OK, we'll go to the dashboard, not going to change anything, and we'll start the Cerner and we'll see whether this Epic is going to send to Cerner back. And I'll start. So let's wait for 10 seconds and see how it's going to change. I'll just keep on refreshing. See, automatically it has been sent. Now you might be asking, even before 10 seconds it has been sent me because the epic counter has already started like 5 seconds or 4 seconds before we started the cerner. So in the next 4 seconds it has been sent to cerner. So the problem has been resolved. So even if you're on call and if you're sleeping overnight, if you do the settings right, automatically all the interfaces will be connected. So you can sleep happily. That's what I can say. So I won't say that you should use the setting for that purpose, but it's always good to use this particular setting for all the channels so you won't get into trouble as much as possible. So in our this video, we know why queue settings are important, retry intervals, and even there is a limit. You cannot select retry intervals, for example, every 1 milliseconds. Your Mirth connect might crash up and anything can happen. So there's a limit on what is the server capability of the cerner, how many time it can try to receive, what is the capacity of your Mirth, and everything. There's a lot of things which goes on. So always try to select 10,000 milliseconds by default. So for every 10 seconds, it will try to resend. Even if there are like 500 messages over here, it will try to resend that 500 messages which are in queue. So that's a good way of using advanced queue settings. In the next video, I'll be explaining few more complex topics. Thank you.